Okay, guys, welcome back to the new stream. Um, this is episode 8, still on React Native, the Flowery app we are creating using React Native framework. So we kind of stopped somewhere yesterday, and that was basically at the forgot password path. Okay, I think I turned off my video. Let me turn it back on. Yeah, on the forgot password side, yeah, we'll be working on completing that today. So let's go ahead and start working on that. Yeah, don't let me know, guys, in anywhere you're watching from. If you're watching on Twitch, Behance, and LinkedIn or YouTube, just let me know if the video quality is fine and everything is working, is going as planned. So still back on the forgot password side, which we are working on yesterday. So just need to complete that. Head over here. And you can just use my username to initiate a forgot password. And if you click on send password, there we get that sent. So once that is the link is sent to us, or the code is sent to us by AWS, this will immediately change to this part, telling us to open our email app. And if you click on this, it will actually open an email app for you, but it won't work because we are currently using a simulator. On your iOS simulator, it doesn't work. You can open an email app using any of those code, but I just you can do that on your real device, which if you weren't here yesterday, so if you didn't join us yesterday, so you could check back at the previous stream we did, which was episode 7. We actually showed you guys how to do this on a real device, and we were able to open an email app by clicking this button on our real device. But right now we need to actually be able to let me open my email account. I can actually show you guys that we received the verification code sent to us. And for those that were still asking questions for the mental health app, which we are still creating, yeah, we are still working on that. So we'll still be streaming on that. But right now, I need to just to put one or two things in order before we continue streaming on the mental health app one. Yeah, so there's the email code that was sent to us. I could actually see that 1 minute ago because we clicked on that send button and we received this. So we need to be able to let the user add this and then add the new password they want us to change to. So we need to allow them to kind of like be able to change the new password they want to change to. And yeah, so that's what we are going to do right now. So on the reset password screen, which we are currently at right now, let me see. Yeah, under this place, I'm going to add 3 input field. Yeah, under this, I'm going to add 3 input field. That one for bit code, two other ones for the password and confirm password. So let's go ahead and do that. And in here, we're still going to be using the controller. So I'm going to change this. Let's see. So I'm trying to see how we can actually do that right here by kind of using the same use form, which is going to trigger some issue if we cannot use the same use form control on the previous one. Remember we use this. Let's see. Or I think the best thing to do is basically maybe have another screen where the user can add the password they wanted to change. I think that will work. Yeah. Let's just do it right here. It's double. Okay, I think I figured out what we could do. So I'm going to use the same button again, and then take the user to a new screen where they can actually input the password. I think that will actually make sense. This is not going to open anything. Basically going to redirect us. It's the same navigation. Then navigate to change password. Yeah. Yeah, so the button will just have a text property, a text that says enter the code, which are going to, when the user taps on the button, you just basically direct them to a new screen where they can just enter the code which we sent. Let's change this to say 10. Yeah, just save this. Yeah, just say enter the code. I don't know if the UI makes sense. The UI kind of looks a bit ugly to me. See, so say margin bottom. Something like 30. This is not going to be margin bottom, so just become margin top. Yeah, I think that makes more sense. We'll just want to push it down a bit. Just to make it 60. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So just tell the user this button to open an email app, this one to return back and try again, and this one to actually what's it called again, this one to actually take them to where they will just change their password immediately. So this button, if you tap on it right now, it doesn't work. This one right here is not working. So what we need to do, I will just fix that button to actually work. So let's change the button. There we go. In there, add this, and then this has an on-press property, and inside the on-press property, we are going to just say, call it a function that calls navigate. So navigate. Yeah, there we go. Instead of going back, so we don't want to go back. Yeah, that makes sense. We are not trying to go back. We just want to reset this to go back to the previous place where they can actually input their stuff. So what we need to do is just say link submitted. We set this to false, so we can actually try that out. So if you set this to false, instead of going back, so let's try that. Yeah, that one, we went back. So that's basically the functionality I'm looking for. So when you tap on that, you go kind of like removes the other screen and changes to this. Okay, yeah, just name this. So we haven't actually named any screen this. We're going to name it forgot password, or just so change password. I think that makes more sense. And we're going to create the screen. In here, sign up, within the sign up folder, we're going to create a new screen right there, and I'm going to call that change password .txx. This is going to have a view. In there, we just add a view, and it's going to have a test, just this test, and then import all this stuff inside of it. I think there we go. And then basically go ahead over here and change some stuff. And import this. So yeah, save that. So right now we actually have a screen that is called change password. So let's go back. So when the user taps on this, we want to navigate to change password screen, and then start changing the password and other stuff. So let's try this again. We want to send a new yeah, there we go. So let's see what we're going to be doing inside the change password. So actually see the test up there. For some reason it's still going to look similar like what we have here. So I'm going to copy some of this stuff over. and we can actually make most of this stuff that we are actually using, that have been used on most major screens, and convert them to a separate component, yeah, that we can actually reuse. I think that will actually make much sense. But for now, let's go forward and tidy this up. Let's say, yeah, let's copy the designs. Let's try to import most of this first. Let's import a style sheet, and yeah, just that created for us. And let's see what styles we need to add right now. So we have input container. Let's copy that from here. And next, let's see. So terms 1 and test 2. So let's see what that is. So we have both of them right here. There we go. Let's see what else. Okay, styles of button. So I think that's the last one. So btn. Let's just to add a height property dimension to get a screen height. Just import this. Add use form. I think we're already copying the whole code that we had previously. Then import use form. Just import that from here. Say use form. Yeah, there we go. And yep, resolver, we still need to add those. So basically our resolver right here and our schema, add both of them right here. And next is to add these two imports that we have right, no, this one. I think this should be it. Yeah, we are good, except we have these two issues that are still here. For now, just comment them out. Okay, this is going to throw an issue. Just remove this and leave this empty. Come on. Okay, yeah, I think just said that right. And this, comment this out. Okay, that's going to throw an issue. I think we just go ahead and copy that. We still need them, so we're still going to add them, so just copy them over, no need. Then add the use states. Yeah, I think those issues are solved. Yeah, so if you save this right now, you could actually see the whole changes that we made showing up here. Yeah, but that's not the end. So one more still we need to do is still need to wrap this. So we got a question on the chat section. So someone was asking why is state management is so tough at the start. So if you're asking about state management, are you talking about using libraries like Redux and yeah, right, Redux, because I know that's the only library that's kind of like a bit hard if you're starting off with it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I'm using Redux because it has kind of like a different kind of, I would say, learning curve behind it. Still need to kind of like learn a lot about Redux. You can't just start using Redux in your project like that. You need to learn how it works and some stuff like that. So I think that makes it a bit hard to start off with. So if you're talking about state management, but I think like I usually work for the starting, I will just use we use state at the moment, but once the app kind of like start getting bigger, use state or use context. I think use context is better, React context. But once you kind of your app start getting bigger, or kind of like you want to, is this you yeah, kind of start getting bigger, it's better to switch to a state management library like Redux, which is we mostly preferred, and you still have Recoil, and you have MobX, yeah, I think, yeah, of that. Yeah, MobX, yeah, works in the React in ecosystem. Yeah, so those are framework you can actually use, make use of. Yeah, in place of working with Redux for, so you don't want to get things complicated and hard for you, just make use of Recoil. But we'll be using Recoil in these projects. Yeah, mostly use Recoil. So let's get back here. But if you kind of have more question, we kind of think there's something I'm missing, just let me know and I'll try to explain more about it. But we after let's go back here. So we have this, but there's something missing. So basically I need to wrap the whole view inside another view to add that changes. So I'm gonna say view. So in there, add this. So what I mean by something is missing is because we have this style right here for the main container, which is the parent container, that's going to kind of like space this out and kind of add a margin or a padding around it. We need to copy that style from here. Now can you see the main container has padding horizontal, padding vertical, and flex direction should be column. I don't think we need a flex direction anymore, but yeah, we don't need it, but we're going to remove that. So remove the flex direction column. We don't need that. Let's see. No way. Yeah, there we go. You can actually see that is added. But there's a way you can actually do this instead of adding this like what we just did here, added extra wrapper around the whole view. You can actually bypass that by actually adding this main container code, moving it out of here and moving it in here. Yeah, that will still add the same stuff, but let's use the second option. Let's undo this. So remove the extra wrapper and then go back again and then add those. It still add the same stuff. You see there's no changes, it still works. Yeah, so we are going to change most of the tests, like the test we have where it says reset password. It's not going to say this. Yeah, I could call that change password, not reset password. Rename it to say change password. So where's the test again? Yeah, distribute. So let's go over here. Let's say static. That should be change password test 1. Yeah. Yeah, call that change password, and yeah, change password test 2. So you're going to change this to say something like now enter your code. Now you can enter the code we sent. The code we sent to your email, and also change your password. I can also, instead of saying change your password, you can just say also add your new password. Yeah, also add your new password. I think that makes more sense. So if you save that, then we have the input field here. The first input field, the placeholder. So the placeholder will say something like code, the code that was sent, and the next one will say something like new password, and the next one will say something like confirm password, and the button will say I think we could reuse the first test for the button also, and that makes more sense. So let's go ahead and start working with this. Yeah, I think, yeah, there we go. Let's basically change this. This should be 2. There we go. It says change password. Now you can enter the code we sent to your email and also add your new password. So yeah, let's see what else we need to add right there. So this says controller username. Should it be username? This should say something like password code. Yeah, there we go. So this will tell the user to enter their code, and right over here I'm going to have 3 inputs, default values. One should be code, the second one should be new password. Yeah, new password, comma, the last one should be confirm. Yeah, confirm password. And in here, instead of shape, should change this to say code. Oh shit. Yeah, say code. There we go. Code is required. I think that should be it. Is there any other stuff? Okay, I get it. There's some stuff we need to actually change also. And I'm going to copy that over instead of writing it out. Copy it over and explain what we actually mean. So there we go. We have this, so I call this new password, so I'm going to rename it to actually be new password. And the last one should be confirm password. So we have new password, and we are adding some validations to it. So we are saying it's type of a string and matches. Password must have a small letter, password must have a capital letter. We are using legacy regular expression to actually cache all those validation and enforce it. There we go. We say it should minimum of 8 characters, and also the same with confirm password. It should be a string, and one of this particular, it should actually be the same with new password, making a reference to it. So we have to give it the same name, so new password, because we're making a reference to this one. Yeah, and password, if both of them are not matching, we could just say password do not match, and then required confirm password is required. Yeah, that should be it. So let's see what else we need to do. I think at this point we just replicate all this. Remove the input field because we don't need it. I'm going to change that. yeah, change that to say password. We're going to use the password test field. Instead of going straight to the password test field below it, so one, an extra one, and that should be it. So the first one should say something like code, yeah, and this should be after error from code. And this should say new password. Yeah, there we go, new password. Yeah, there we go. And this should also say confirm. Yeah, confirm password. Change this to it. So go ahead and format this, save this, and there we go. You could actually see the 3 inputs field we need for the user to change their password. But the tests should be different, so they should say create account. No. Yeah, 4, and this 5th. Yeah, so we have code, new password, and confirm password. Is there any other stuff we are missing? I think the button test will actually change. Okay, we still need this to be 1. Yeah, there we go. So the button test should change to change password. Yeah, I think that should be it. Let's see. So what if the user do not want to change their password? What if they want to go back? I think we are missing something. So if the user do not want to change their password, they'll just want to go back again, we need to add a back button that will actually navigate them backward to any screen they came from, and that should be import this. Okay, so we have an issue. Okay, back button. Let me import this, save this, and the error goes away. Come on, we need to start afresh again. There we go. Password username is cosidev, and then enter, and the set password code is sent to us, and then we can just say enter the code, and then we took us to this screen. You can actually see the back button that we added. If you go back, yeah, tap on it, takes you forward, and now you can actually enter the code that was sent to us, the new password, and then the confirm password, both of them. I think I just wrap this because there will be an issue right now if you tap on this. The keyboard won't go away. See, the keyboard is still up there. That's not actually a good user experience. We want to remove the keyboard when the user taps outside, and one way to do that is to wrap. Why are you selecting everything? Just wrap. Yeah, wrap the whole stuff with a new view, and we're going to call this touchable opacity. Yeah, touchable. I think I just used touchable without feedback. Yeah, touchable without feedback, and then all this inside. I'm going to say complex keyboard of dismiss. Yeah, and then let's see what else. So handle submit button will require a function to be passed into it. So I'm going to create a new function here. I'm going to call that submit just instead of saying submit, I'll just call that change new password. I'm going to say over here type. Type is going to be from type, and inside this going to have a code, new password, and confirm password. That's all we need. And in there for now, we're going to console log it out and spread it. No, not this. Say constant, yeah, spread operator on it. This next one is going to confirm password, get that out, and then log everything out. Yeah, now let's go and test this out. Before we test it out, we need to pass that function in here, change new password, put this up, and then start tapping on this. So nothing happens, so we still need to change this. So code is required. Yeah, so where do we get our code? So if you tap outside, you see that the keyboard input goes away. So tap outside, the keyboard input goes away. Yeah, so which is a good thing. Next is to actually show them the password, the code that was sent to us. I'm going to refresh this. Yeah, so this new code was sent 4 minutes ago. I think that's the latest one. So let's add that as our yeah, I'm gonna say 7067065. I think 687065. New password could be anything random, but let's try using the same password we used. So I should see what okay, where did we get this? See. to React input because you need to change some stuff. That's an issue right now. This input suggest. Okay, I think this is our password suggest that's showing up here, and we don't need that. But it kind of blocking the whole UI, which is not what we need. Let's see if there's some ways to stop it. Autocomplete. So autocomplete, set this to false. We don't need it. Express. So autocorrect. So autocorrect should be false. Let's set that to false too. Don't need an autocorrect in that input field. And again. This. Okay, this is for Android. Okay, let's try this again. Sign in and then forgot password. Okay, enter code. Let's try. Let's see. get the same error. I'm guessing because of this reference that we're making to it. I think that's the reason, but let's try that this time around. That's not even the case. Let's see, come on. Let's try changing the input. Let me check something else. I use the input right here, so that password input. I'm gonna use this and then change this to be from confirm password. Yeah, change it to test 5. Okay, save that. Try something again. Okay, we actually got this to be working like that. And confirm password. Okay, interesting. You just reverted back to check some stuff out. And there we go again, the same issue. I think add to start password suggest. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so that's the issue. So whenever we use to test input entry, okay, okay, let's try this feature. So we can actually use content type to none to disable that. Okay, password input. But that would require us to restart our app. Come on. And there we go again. Let's come on. Still use this content type to none. Let's keep on checking to see if they'll find a better solution for this. To disable this, set it to none, which we actually did here. We said test content type. We set that to none, but for some reason we are still having the same issue showing up. But let's see. Okay, we got a hint here we can actually use. So one of the hints is to actually dynamically change the input field to show, let me see, yeah, to set the entry field first. But if you actually do that, that will still trigger the same issue. So I don't think that's a solution to the problem that we're having. So I don't think that actually solves our issue. From this whole stuff here, there's no way to actually determine how to solve. So this one said we should use blur on submit to false. Okay, let's try this. Blur on submit, set that to false, and go ahead and restart this. And there we go, that comes up again. So none of this issue actually helped. I'm still going over here. I think this is React Native is having some issues because for this case this suggestion should be off if we're using test content type. If you set that to none, it should actually be off, which what they actually said here, it should be off if we use that, but for some reason that's not working. For now I will just toggle this, but we still need to test that on the real device. But I'll just toggle this to be trigger screenshot. No. Just want to toggle it off so there will be no auto complete. Let's see. could actually use the hack that was specified on the Stack Overflow issues. So let's say for this, so the place we're having the issue was basically this path, and not this. Yeah, and we're passing the value to be true. And next is we are passing the secure entry show password. Set that to be okay. We are setting that to be true using but I don't see that working properly right here, because yeah, we are controlling this using this option right here. So we are able to fix this issue. Okay, I see. So on focus. Okay. Okay, guys. Yeah, I think this is working. Let's try this one more time. I see. Start this off. Remove this. So we have. Okay. That's working. Do the same right here. Okay. Yeah. So that's basically working. We are not having the issue, but we can actually try that out by restarting our UI. Go ahead and send this. Oh, okay, we cannot actually do another attempt. So attempt has been exceeded for forget password link that we are sending. Need to wait for some time to try again. But with that being there, let's try ahead and one or two things. So we have this in order. So this is actually working right now. Let's see. Yeah, still uncomment this out. So the issue wasn't from there. So what else we need to fix over here? Okay, there we go. So there's our AWS console. We can just head over to AWS Amplify. All right, in here, we're going to open our project, which is this. Launch the studio. So I'll wait for this to load up. Don't know why it's taking some time, but okay, I think it's finally here. And we could just go to the user management. Currently we have one single user thing here, that's true, and that's this particular user right here. And this user has been requesting for password change. Let's try that again. But I think we exceeded AWS password requests quota. Let's try this again. Go see dev. Yeah, I think attempt limit exceeded. Please try sometime. Okay, yeah. We had an issue right here and we didn't notice that, so I just saw that right now. There's a bug. Okay, and next is this one. So this is actually a bug too. Try to see where that came from. Okay, you see custom button, which is right here, and is button disabled, which is over here. Yeah, that's the button. Is button disabled and is set over here to be false. We need to also set it over here to be false when there's an error. I should test that out again. Yeah, still exceeded, and right now you can see the bug is being solved, but we exceeded the quota that we're supposed to have. But in that case, I think what we could actually do is basically so to test this out, I will just push the user to the set password screen, change password screen. So I will just say navigation is just for testing because we exceeded the quota. I also say navigation that's navigate, and we need to go to the screen called change password. Basically this, like I said, this for testing. I will leave this when okay, try tapping on this, then it takes us to this screen. We already know, but let's go ahead and remove this. Okay, so set btm disabled to, yeah, that should be it. And yeah, we could just start changing the password and all the stuff. First, let's add the code that was sent to us in our email. If we start refresh our email, it should show, yeah, all the code that was sent. So this should be the last one sent 16 minutes ago. And let's add the code. So that should be 264 916 916, yeah, 916. Just go ahead and tap on this so we can have some errors showing to us, and we need to complete the rest of this. Let's say we have a password tvu tvu 247 247, and then we have the hash. There we go. And we also need to do the same password in here. Say tvu 247 and then hash. Yeah, so that goes away because the two passwords is matching each other. You can actually cross check, see both password here, and then close it. I think that's it. So next, if you tap on this button, it's going to console whatever we tapped in there outside here. But right now, that's not what we want to do. What we want to do is basically submit that, so I can actually be able to change our password. When we use try catch in here, and inside the try catch, let's say inside the try catch, I will say set. First of all, set the button disabled to true. Set btm disabled to true, so the button will start showing a loader. And next, we're going to say await not this, but that's going to show an error because we didn't mark this to be synchronous. We want the function to be synchronous, so we're going to use await on it. So await both, but that's another error because we didn't import that, so we need to import both from AWS. So import, this suggested that for us, yeah, both from AWS Amplify. And now right in here, I'm going to say both don't forget password. So yeah, so don't forget password submit. So you're going to have a code that was sent, a string for the password, and what else again? Okay, that's all. Username. Okay, first of all, the username of that particular user, and a string for the code, and a password. And also, okay, let's do that. But an issue right here is that how do we get access to the user username since the user is not logged in? If you could remember, the user, whenever they are trying to push the user to change password, we could actually also push the user's, what's it called, username at the same time because they added it. So you could actually say, where's the second button? So the second button, yeah, so this second button pushes us to the change password screen, and we can also pass a parameter to it. Yeah, we call the parameter to be username. And where do we get the username? So the username, we get it from let's see, no, yeah, see if there's a way to access it from I'm trying to get access to that. I think one way what we could actually do is to have a state, kind of a set state. Use set state to get hold of the username. I could say constant username. This username. And the other one will be set username, which should start having empty at the moment. And once this is set, btn disabled is called, then we can get hold of also this username called the set username, passing the username, which is from here, into it, and then we can pass that username right in here as a param. Yeah, username. Now when we are sending the user to the change password screen, we can get hold of that username from right here. We can access it from param. Let's say here, okay, routes. Yeah, routes. Let's create a type for it. Yeah, there's a type and has a property called route, which you can get access to. To get access to our particular user username, because we need it right here. So I could just call, when we call new password in here, and then I could just say constant, and because this is an object, yeah, the structure this, yeah. So get it from use route.params. That's where we are going to get the username that we are sending to this particular screen, and then we can just say submitting this username, comma, code, comma, new password. Yeah, there we go. So we're passing the username, the code, and then the new password. I think that's all. And next is basically when all these are true, then we could navigate to the home page. No, yeah, we navigate to the sign in. Is this sign in that we called it? Let's see what we call it. Sign in screen, not sign in. I'll just navigate to, let's just cross check. Yeah, sign in screen. So just copy that. So we navigate to the sign in screen so that user can sign in with their new password and whatever. So there we go. Just send this user to the sign in. And once the user is there, so you can sign in with the new credential they created. But what if there's an error? So if there's an error, what we want to do is to set if there's an error, you can just for now log the error and then do other stuff. Log the error, and we could set modal visible. First of all, set AWS test, yeah, error message, and then set modal visible to true. Is button disabled? We can actually set that to is button disabled. Set button disabled to false, and also do the same, set button disabled over here to false too. Yeah, set btn disabled to false, and also navigate to this. No, okay. I think there we go. Yeah. Let's see if there's something we are missing. I don't think so. So yeah, so there's the whole change passwords function and whole flow. basically, like I said, forgot make an auth request to AWS and forgot password endpoint, passing a username, code, and new password. And once this promise is resolved, then it will hit this part. So basically navigate to the second screen. But before, I think I just make sense to move this up to this point before we navigate to the second screen. Set the button disabled to false, so the button will stop, the loader will stop, and then set then navigate to the sign in screen. And if there's any error, console log the error and then set AWS message to error.message, so that we can see a modal showing up here with the error message that we receive, and the modal is from right here. Let's see, yeah, this is a modal. So and next we set the modal to be true after setting the message, and again set this button disabled to be false. Yeah, so that's the whole scenario, the whole flow for the change password. Let's give that a try. So we actually enter the code that was sent. Let's try change password. So let's see. Let me see. Okay, yeah. Basically right now, because we're not actually passing the username, that's why it's getting the undefined error. One way to solve that, because we already know the username, and like I said, this for testing at the moment, and this will be for the testing. Let's say dev. I just hard code that in there, but it's not good to hard code it since you want everybody to be using this. You're not the only one using it. This for testing, so dev. Let's try calling this function again. Yep, because this should be from here, but this doesn't exist at the moment. Yeah, there we go, and that worked. So the user was able to actually change that password. That's why we are able to send them to this sign-in screen. So that's working. So I'll go back and change this to be username. Yeah, there it is. And right now, if you go ahead and log the user in again, so sign in with what's it called again? Sign in to your account with dev username. And then the password, still our previous password, UO247, I think. And then we have the hash sign, and then sign in. And once that is successful, signing is successful, then send the user to the home screen. Yeah, so that's the whole flow that we kind of like was able to finish up. But there's one or two things that we still need to be able to work on that we didn't tackle. So that would be, so if you look at the login screen, so at this point there's something called agree to terms and condition. We still need to check if the user agrees to our terms and condition. If they didn't, then we tell the user to agree to the terms and condition before signing up. So we need to add that functionality that's not added. And another functionality we are missing is remember me. So we need to actually be able to set this remember me to true, so that we can actually remember the user device. I will show you guys how to do that with AWS. So we need to set this remember me to actually work, so that the AWS will remember this particular device that the user is using at the moment. So that we haven't set that, we need to set that too. Let's see what else we need to do. Not a member, sign up. I think that's all. Yeah, over here there's nothing else. Yeah, basically that's all we need to do. And then we need to work on this part. So when the user is kind of like change that password, and we take them to the sign up screen. On the sign-in screen, we need to show them a modal that says the password was successfully updated on the sign-in screen. But this, we can't achieve this right now. The reason being that no, we can actually achieve it, but that would be in a way that we need to be passing the props to the route parameter. So we pass those props through the route parameter to the sign-in sign in screen. That's the only way to trigger that modal. Another way is to use a state management in our app. We can use context for our state management, but in this case, we are saying that we are going to be using Recoil for state management, and that will be from tomorrow. So in our stream tomorrow, we'll be dealing with state management, setting up our app to use Recoil for state management and other stuff. So that's basically what we're doing throughout tomorrow. Let's see if there's something else. Yeah, so after the state management, we start working on the home screen, because right now you can see that the home screen is still empty. We haven't touched it yet, so we need to work on all these parts. Yeah, so that will be the next after setting up our state management for our app. So for now, let's see if we still have much time, because I wasn't planning to stream for 2 hours today, but let's see what we can actually be able to fix today. So they agree terms and conditions, so let's try to fix that one. So I need to sign out. In that case, just sign out, and you can see that. So we signed out and head back to sign up. So agree to terms and condition. So this is the one we need to fix before the user can be able to sign up. That case, we need to head over to create account screen, which is this, and I'm going to say where's the code again, the oath. So terms and condition, let's save this. Yeah, there we go. So this is terms and condition, and on plus we have to navigate to terms and conditions screen. But that's only to navigate, but we need to in a way to determine that the user actually pressed this button. That's this button actually set to true, so we need to determine that. In that case, let's head over to terms and conditions screen, go to definition, not that, that should be go to source. Yeah, go to source definition. Currently right now the unpressed is currently okay, yeah, so the unpressed is currently over here, because that set is agree to true. And again, this also has its unpressed, and we call that just unpressed. So we need to in a way to actually pass this up to the user yeah, in a function, so I can know which current state this is at the moment. So I will pass a function here, another function called agree. Yeah, agree pressed. Yeah, agree pressed. Gonna be optional, and going to be a function that's going to return have yeah, it's agreed is going to be a string. Scene needs to be well, it's not going to be optional, so it's going to be a string. And over here, instead of calling this, write this set is agree. I'm going to say okay, when that's tapped on, and I'm going to say props dot agreed pressed. Okay, yeah, so this should be boolean, not a string, so set this to be a boolean. Yeah, so this is good. We could actually test this out. So let's test this out. In our create account screen, which is somewhere, yeah, create account screen somewhere here, and you can see this is throwing an error. I will need to add the agree pressed, which is a function. Need to get hold of something called agreed. And then pass it over here, agreed. There we go. Wait a second. No. Yeah. So pass it like this. And let's test this out. So I'm going to tap on this, and that's working. So it says agree press first. No. True? No. First? No. That's not what we're looking for. Let me see. So we're actually getting the states passed up to the parent, but that's not basically what we're trying to achieve here. Let's see. What is it called again? Terms and condition. Let's restart this. Try this. Okay, false, true, agreed press is true, agreed press is false, agreed press is true, agreed press is false, agreed press is true, false. Yeah, so there's the functionality we are looking for, and then we can actually start using this at different places now. Up first will be here, so we have to find a way to get hold of that, which is like this. And over here I'm going to have another state set up. Yeah, say constant, be a state. Yeah, call that is terms and conditions checked. Use state. What happened? So it started being false. Yeah, terms and conditions started being false. And if it's agreed, the user agreed to our terms and condition, and we need to set that over here. So instead of just console logging this out, we actually need to call a function set. Yeah, we should say, first of all, let's console log it, and then I'm going to say set terms and condition to basically agreed. Yeah, that will work. In this case, I think that should be it. Let's see if there's something else we're missing. Okay, yeah. So the next thing is just to work on this right here. So I want to be able to call this function if terms and condition is agreed on, else we won't be able to call sign user up. Because we need the user to agree to our terms and conditions before they can use our app. So I can say if is terms and conditions checked. Come on, I don't like this suggestion. If terms and condition, if it's true, so that means the user accepted it. So go ahead and call this function that we have here. Else I'm going to call this button disabled to false, set modal visible to true, an AWS test. We're going to set that to please accept the terms and conditions, which is perfect. So that's basically what we're looking for. Let's see. So if you tap on this like this, nothing happens. So you won't see that this message being popped up because we haven't actually fixed we haven't actually fixed the whole stuff that we have here. So let's fix this. Let's say the username will be Ken at this moment. So let's set this to Ken, and Ken will still use my email address, Kelvin at gmail.com. There we go. And next will be Kelvin at gmail.com. Yeah, so next will be again yeah, the password. I'm still going to use the same password, TVU0247 hash. Yeah, 247 hash. And now if you tap on this, there you go, please accept the terms and condition. So the user needs to complete this. Please accept the terms and condition. Say got it, and the user can go back and read the terms and condition right here. So this is where the user can actually read through the terms and condition we have. After reading it, they can decide to go back, and then if they tap again without agreeing, so we still have the same message popped up. But if they tap on this, so if you tap again, so you start registering the user, which is good. Yeah, so I think that's it. And you could see the verification code was sent to the user. And if I should open my mailbox and refresh this, I will get the verification code, which is this here. There's the verification code we have, and I will say that should be 917592592 and verify. There we go. So once that is verified, it will just log the user in to the home page, and that's our part in fixing the first fixture that we neglected previously. So this one is done with, so we're able to fix the agreed to terms and condition. Let's see if there's something else we're missing at the create account. Other stuff are working, which I'm correct. So I'm see the sign in to your account. So this is where we have to fix again. In this one, it requests that we actually say let the users tell us if they want to be remembered whenever they're trying to sign in into a new device. So that's what we're going to do right now. So let's sign out first. Need to sign out. And once we sign out, come on, what? That's what we're looking for. Once we sign out, we go to sign in screen. So this is our sign in screen. Remember, so the remember should be this. Wait, yeah, this one. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it should be this one. Yeah, there we go. So we need to fix this also. And I need to say agreed pressed. So get hold of the agreed pressed. We don't need to navigate to anywhere. No need of navigation. And let's log this out at the moment. Agreed pressed. Then we can pass in agreed. Yeah, agreed. There we go. Save that. So we just get hold of the agreed pressed, and we'll just try that out. So let's try this. Remember me. So bring this up. I can actually see agreed pressed through. Pause. That's working. Okay, right now is the time to start using it. First thing we need to do, I'm going to have a state here that monitors the change on that. Say constant. Not is modal, is remember. Remember me. So it started being false. And when the user pressed on this, we are not going to console log it out only at this point. We need to change the state to actually update. So I'm going to say set remember me to agreed test, yeah, so whatever is in there. You can actually check if this is still working. Yeah, that's still working. So how do we actually get the user to be remembered? We get that from AWS SDK. Let's see. I will copy that over here so you guys will see what I'm checking on. Yeah, open up this link. Yeah, so there's something called remember a device, so tap on that. You can actually go through here and read the whole stuff about it, but yeah, that should be somewhere. Yeah, so you can actually have remember a device or forget a device, but right now the user wants us to remember them, so just remember them. Going to use this inside here. So when the user wants to sign in, after signing, let's see, after this is complete, right? Or before we call this one, we can call remember me. Let's say if no. So I'm going to use an if statement right here. If is remember me is true, so if remember me is true, then go ahead and say await. So await auth.remember device. So that's one way to do this. So if there's any error, we are going to cache any error that happens below here, and then we are going to log the user in if nothing happens. Yeah, so first for the we call this function while this is still working. Then we're going to say is remember me is true, then call this one auth.remember device. Then there we go. So you can actually try that out. But if we want to get the result and see what result was actually passed over here, which say constant result, I'll still remove that. So the result will be equals to result. Go ahead and save this and then try this out. So okay, to sign in, and now let's sign the user in. We'll see dev. And the password will basically be what we have been using, TVUO 247, yeah. And then we have hash, and then we have to tap on select remember me, see agreed, press through, so tap sign in. Let's wait. So it says there's an error, device tracking has not been configured in the user pool. So that's an issue that we got right now. Device tracking has not been configured in this user pool. So let's configure that. I think we actually get this. See, okay, let's try and see how to set this up. So you can say we need to do this now. Amazon AWS console, we should open it up here. And that should be authentication path. No, that's not what we're trying to do. Wait, get this. Not storage, not data. Yeah, not data function. No, REST APIs. No, I don't think so. Analytics, interactions, notifications. Feedback, support, documentation, so I'm not too sure. It says manage user pool. I think that's what it says. in the Amazon Cognito console, choose manage user pool. Yeah. Once that is open in the left navigation panel under general settings, what are these? Let's see. Okay, chat. So yeah, I won't delete. I won't delete the mental health app. Actually, the back end is included in it. There's a back end in it. If you follow the app, or up to the episode, the latest episode, on the mental health app, you see where we started adding back end to it, and also, um, the Stripe. There's also a point where we added Stripe to it too. You can actually check all those Stripe for payments, all those out. So let's continue with this. So let's see in the left panel, under general settings, choose devices. Devices. So guys, you can actually follow this if you want to do this on your AWS console. So we say for okay, do you want to remember your devices? So yeah, let me show this right now. I think there's nothing secret to show you. So the reason why I removed this from the view, because I think there are some APIs there. I don't know if we needed to show that. So yeah, you could see it said it's telling us to make an option. The fourth one here said, do you want to use remember device to suppress the second factor during multi-factor authentication? Choose yes or no. For more information using the remember device, if these options don't appear, then FAI isn't activated. To set up MFF, in the left panel, choose MFF verification. Then we could just say user option in. So do you want to use a remember device to suppress the second factor during multi-factor authentication? I would say, to use this feature, MF must be enabled from the verification panel. So I don't want to use this to actually suppress multi-factor authentication. So I'm going to say save changes, and there we go. So let's try this. Yeah, let's try this again. Finger crossed. Let's hopefully that this works this time around. Restart the app. Why did he? Okay, yeah, I think I remembered. So sign out. Just need to sign out. got it, and then try again. Username is cdev, and then the password being tvuo247, then hash, close. Then select the remember me, sign in. Yeah, so we didn't get any issues right now. You can actually see device remembered success. So there we go. You can actually see the success URL telling us that the device has been remembered and signing was successful. So yeah, so this is basically to actually be able to trigger remember me on your device for your users. So I think we actually covered the whole thing. I don't think there's any other stuff we need to cover here. Let me see. Do we have, yeah, the remember me section, which we did. Okay, we worked on forgot password already. This is worked on. I think, like I said, tomorrow we just focus more on that will be on homepage. I don't think there's any other stuff. No, tomorrow we focus more on state management, adding state management to the app, and after that, that will be working on the homepage, and from there just the rest of the app. Yeah. So thank you guys for joining. Everyone that joined, and if you haven't subscribed yet to my YouTube channel, and if this is your first time, please do subscribe and hit the bell button, and you'll be notified whenever I comes on live or uploads a new video. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow, and thanks everyone. Have a nice day.